Ho 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 and welcome back to the Wow Embossing YouTube channel. It's Mrs. Claus here. No, hang on a minute. That's not right. It's Erica. Just plain old Erica. However, we're going to be playing with Santa Claus today. So I decided to, because we're just a few days away from Christmas, to do a Santa card. Because, why not? So I stamped up this fabulous big Santa from Picket Fan Studios, and I used black hybrid ink because I thought I'm going to do a little bit of Copic coloring. But because I had to stamp it so many times because this is brand new to me, I did set it a little bit with my heat tool first, and then I colored it in with some Copics. But I think I should have maybe left it a little bit longer because I did kind of smear the ink a little bit whilst I was coloring with some of the lighter colors. But I would say you live and learn, but it seems like I hardly ever do. So, But as I said, I'm just going to be coloring in this, and then I thought for the beard and for the mustache, and also for the little poofy bit on his hat, what I was going to do was add a bit of puff powder to kind of make it look like he'd been caught out in the stormy, snowy weather. So just a little close up here before things kind of went to pots, because I thought, well, seeing as my panel is still, it kind of felt a little bit damp still, so I thought I'm gonna just cover it with anti-static powder to make sure that any of the powder that I'm going to be using isn't going to stick anywhere else. But as you see, I kind of went like way overboard, and I even had to like tap off because it was like somebody had put it in a bakery. Yeah. So first I started out with the embossing pen, and I thought, well, I'm just gonna be adding like a few little details here and there, right? So the idea was to kind of go like over the white bits instead of the black bits, just to kind of make it look very sort of snowy. But then I thought, well, the embossing pen does dry quite quickly compared to the embossing pad, so I thought I'll just, sprinkle half on now, and then I'll do the other half, and, then I'll set it all together. But, yeah, that did not work. Even, I don't know if I was in denial there, but it just wasn't sticking. So I thought, okay, well, I'll have to rethink this. So I stamped up the whole stamp again on masking sheet, and then I covered his face because I thought, well, I can kind of, I think sort of decide where the ink is going to go now. But then I thought, well, with my luck, because things have already kind of gone to pot a little bit, I decided to cover up the hat with a bit of Post-it tape because I thought, just in case, So we're going to be using the embossing pad, and I'm trying here to kind of just add ink on the beard, the mustache, and also the little poofy ball thing on his hat, whatever that's called. I want to say tipple, but that's not it. That's a drink, isn't it? Anyway, so we're stamping this up, and it's a good thing that I left this stamp in my MISTI after I had done the first initial stamping, because all I had to do was pop the whole panel back in and perfect stamping again. So that was the only thing pretty much that worked out. So now we're going to go in with round 2 of the puff powder. And you would think this would work a little bit better, right? And it sort of did, but not as much as I wanted, because that mustache still was just not having it. I mean, it was like, no, not doing this. No, woman, stop it. So, yeah. But I did try, and I went in with the embossing pen again, and I tried to add a little bit more powder, but it just wasn't happening. But with the heat tool on the lower setting, because with the puff powder you have to be really careful so you don't burn it, because then it goes flat, and that's the opposite of what we want. So here we're just gonna look at the magic for a little bit. But yeah, this puff powder is amazing stuff. It does add such a fun texture to it. And I actually thought first that I was gonna add I was gonna add the embossing pen on the white bits. But now I really kind of I like this look, because it's making the beard look more white rather than black. And Santa's beard is supposed to be kind of white, isn't it? Yeah. So we're just going to peel off that mask and kind of clean up a little bit here where some stuff has gotten stuck anyway. And then I should have, you know, I kind of liked it like this, but then, yeah, look at that. That's a nice Santa, isn't it? But of course, I had to go and, yeah, I had to go and do some ink blending on top of that. So I got some Distress Oxides out, and I kind of ink blended a bit of a Northern Lights kind of look. And because I'm completely out of masking sheet now, I ended up using just a piece of paper. But I didn't cut out the mask overly well, but oh well. So in order to create that sort of golden sheen around him, I've used Twisted Citron, Chipped Sapphire, Blue Print Sketch, and then also a little bit of black soot at the edges and the corners, just to kind of like bring the focus in. And then I popped that mask back on top and added some gold splatters, because, you know, while I was on a roll, I was like, yeah, there's no stopping this now, is it? And if you do this, however, I would like to point out here that my mask, as I said, is not overly good. So his beard is a little bit blue and a little bit sort of greeny there too as well. So when you do this kind of thing, make sure you cut out a mask properly and don't like fake it like I did. But with that, I am all done for this year. Yes, that is 2020, almost done. But I will hope you'll see you back here on the channel in 2021. So don't forget to subscribe and click the little notification bell so you always know when new videos are uploaded. And that's it for me. Bye bye.